Let's roll. Why don't you start things off?
All right. Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I love seeing all your faces. Hi. Good morning. Good morning to everyone new. Good morning to all of our OneTeamWorx family members. And if you're brand new, just imagine we're putting our arms around you and welcoming you huge. We believe that, what we've done so far with this team since January 17th we launched to now has been pretty incredible. Over 1,800 people have joined our team and this mission and this movement to help everyone get their CBD and nutritional needs taken care of and help people find financial freedom and build a virtual income in the CBD space. We've been having a lot of fun. We've been helping a lot of people succeed. And if you're brand new, be ready to take notes because we're going to teach you the strategies behind making sure that as soon as you get in, you're going to be able to work right away on helping to get your investment right back, get a return on your investment, and then get into profit. And then learn the exact steps to keep this going so that you can start counting on that direct deposit every single Thursday from My Daily Choice. So welcome to everyone. I'm going to turn it over to my business partner, my friend, David Skoltetti, because 27 years in the industry, he understands network marketing, the things that he's really done to guide this team into momentum and success has been really brilliant. He's been making some brilliant moves. And so I've been following his lead and I suggest for you guys to do the same. David, are you there? No, he's not here. We lost him, guys. We lost him. Okay, so that's all right. So when he gets back on, we'll get started. So first of all, put a 1 in the chat if you are new to OneTeamWorx in the last month. If you are brand new or just started, new in the last month, put a 1. Perfect. So this training is not only for you guys, although I'm loving all those 1s. If you've been in longer than a month, put a 2 in the chat. So this training is not only for the 1s. This training is for the 1s. We're going to teach you guys how to make money right away. But the training is also for anyone that's been in longer. Why? Because there's 2 phases in this business. There's the phase where you're brand new. You just got started. You're going to make your income, investment back right away and then get into profit. But then there's the second phase. The second phase is advancing your business to the point of teaching others how to get started. And so that's why this information is so important. It's so important because you're going to be a sponge. You're going to be soaking it in. You're going to be helping others get started as well. And that's going to advance your income even more. And so no matter if you're new or not, you want to listen, and hear everything that we're saying because we want you to be able to repeat it to your new people and help other people advance. So David, I already introduced you. Let me make you co-host. We lost you for a little bit. And if you're back, I'd like to move it on over to you.
Cool. Well, I am back and thanks for that. Murphy's Law kicked in. I think as soon as you kind of screen shared that
yeah,
went crazy. So anyhow, well, I didn't hear anything you said, but sounded awesome. I'm sure it was. It was epic.
It was epic.
I'm sure it was. So, well, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. And, we do this, I'm sure Dana mentioned this, but we do this every single Saturday. And we try to bring a different flavor each and every week. But probably, as Dana said, we want to get people started right, and we want to help you become trainer of the trainers yourself. And let me just say this. If you are brand new, and I've seen a couple new familiar names on here this morning, we joined this team, OneTeamWorx. And this was the brainchild of Dana. Where we were sitting in Las Vegas in December and thinking about what type of team should we build? What should be the theme? What type of community and culture do we want to build? And really, in essence, without complicating it, we wanted to be very inclusive. We wanted to include everybody. We wanted to be able to empower people. We wanted to be able to support people, and ultimately be able to create what we call a heart-centered leadership revolution. I mean, we just think the world needs it. It needs positivity. It needs love, and it needs a group of people who can band together and do something great, not only for themselves but for other people. So that's kind of the general theme of what our team is all about. So let's dive right into it, guys. So as you can see by this, Dana and I have both written books on our experiences and philosophies as it pertains to network marketing. And we both believe that there's kind of 4 pillars to succeeding in networking. There's the mindset piece, the action piece, the team building piece, and of course the leadership piece. And we'll touch a little bit on each of those this morning. But I think it would be worth at the front end if Dana and I just gave you our kind of 2 cents on it. When it comes to the mindset, Dana, it's interesting. So many people focus on mindset, but from my perspective, the mindset's only one part of it. Once you have the right mindset, you can really take specific actions, that we'll speak about. But what is your like if you were talking to somebody one-on-one,
yeah,
who maybe wasn't an entrepreneur per se, maybe this is their first endeavor, or maybe they have been, but they really want to succeed in this business, what would you advise them their mindset should feel like?
I kind of feel like this is a Zoom full of entrepreneurs. I feel like if you view yourselves as an entrepreneur, as someone that's motivated, that wants to make an income and a legacy for yourself, not working for someone else's dream, then please put a 3 in the chat below. If that's why you're here, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about it. I believe that when you first get in, you do not have the mindset. I believe that when you first get in, you don't have the mindset. You actually develop the mindset through action. So when you first get in, it's got to be all action. And guess what? It's going to be a little bit of ignorance on fire, and that's okay, because the passion speaks through and that's contagious. They can feel that energy. But at the beginning, you have to give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay to fail. You want to fail. If I hear that one of my new affiliates is failing a little bit, it's called failing forward, because you learn. And when I think of my first year, I was 100% all action. I didn't understand mindset, but then as I learned, I realized that mindset is just belief and confidence together, and posture, right? And so how do you gain the belief in our team? How do you gain the belief in the profession? You show up. Start showing up on every single Zoom training. Start showing up on every single MDC weekly training, and you'll develop the belief that will turn into the confidence to help you go into to have more success and results from your action. Does that make sense, David?
I mean, belief plus confidence equals success. Is that the equation you're throwing out there?
No. Belief plus confidence plus massive action.
I didn't do too well in algebra, so I think there's a little but cool. I'll take that. That was awesome. So, all right. So you guys get that, right? It's just, look, the simple thing is, look, you got to go for no. You got to be fearless in terms of who you're speaking to, what you're saying, what you're looking for, and not be overly concerned about how somebody responds, and that may take some time for some people. I know even for me, I don't like anybody else, I don't like getting rejection. I don't like, hitting objections straight on. But I think that at the end of the day, if you realize how big the world is and how many people are actually looking for something like this, it'll make it that much easier. And then when it comes to the action, once the mindset is in the right place, it does come down to the action. And the action that we're speaking about are very specific income producing activities, which we're going to elaborate on in a moment. So we won't go too deep into that right now. But if you have the right mindset and belief, you take the right action, ultimately you start attracting people that put you in a position to build a team. And that's, what I will say about that is, team building, the power of team building is the leverage component of this business model, where you're leveraging other people's time, energy, effort, resources, skill sets, relationships, you name it. And that's really powerful. And sometimes it can be elusive, but I will say this, you can't put yourself in a position to build a team unless you're postured up to the point where you can speak to the opportunity at large. And we'll talk a little bit about that and give you some tips on how to approach people as well. And then lastly, there's the piece about leadership. How do you lead other people? Now, don't be intimidated by that. Just realize that the only way you're going to be able to lead other people is if you lead yourself first and foremost. And Dana, I just want to say this. I think you've been a leader probably most of your life. I kind of sense that. But over the last 6 years and watching you evolve as a entrepreneurial network marketing leader has been really powerful. I've watched you, whether you realize it or not, get out of your comfort zone a couple times and really excel as a result. So do you want to speak to that concept from your perspective at all?
Yeah, I mean, you grow. You have to, like I said, give yourself grace to grow into leadership, because at the beginning, you're in all at action. You start having a lot of team growth, and then you're an accidental leader. And then you have to actually realize that I've got to actually learn the skill sets to be a real leader, to help people succeed, to reach out and give them your hand and say, I'm going to do this with you. And the only advice I would really say is do everything from a heart-centered place, and it all falls into place. And then always make sure you're a selfless leader, right? You're putting other people's success above yourself, because all ships rise with the tide. If you help a lot of people succeed, if you help a lot of people, a lot of happy raving fans, your new customers, if you help them have the best product experience, everything grows from there. And so that's kind of, I think, lessons. And give yourself the time to learn the lessons and just show up with us, because we're doing it. And we have a whole lot of people on this team that are doing it with us. And so come join us, have fun, and you'll learn that stuff along the way.
Yeah, no, I like what you said there, Dana. Selfless leadership, or as I kind of call it, kind of that servant leadership, where if you are really good at serving others and putting others first, great things can happen. It's just, it's kind of like I've always told people, most salespeople don't succeed in network marketing. And why? Is because they're always making themselves the issue. They're not focusing on other people. Whereas, alternatively, teachers, people who, tend to be the best network marketers, because they're already used to helping people through a process. They're already used to teaching people the basics. And I will tell you, when it comes to succeeding in a business like this, you do need to master the mundane, because I see so many really, how do I say it, experienced, smart, individuals come in this and try to reinvent the wheel. And it's not what works, guys. It's really what duplicates. And so, that's what I'll say about leadership. The other thing I will say is that out of the gate, and we're going to talk about this, you don't have to lead your first team of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 people, right? You just need to plug them in and edify people that are already leading the way. It's a really powerful concept. We'll talk about that in a moment. So Dana, why don't we talk about, just real briefly, why don't you share your story of why you're doing this business?
So I would actually love for this to be a moment where we all think about our why. And if there's something that sparks in your heart, or you'd like to share your story of why you're doing this, please put it in the chat, because it can inspire all of us. Every single one of us has a reason why we're on this Zoom. Every single one of us has a reason why we said yes to linking arms with OneTeamWorx and going big with My Daily Choice. No matter what you want to accomplish, it could be an extra $500 a month that makes a massive difference for your family. And so you can accomplish as little as you want, or as much as you want. And that's the beauty of this business, is the opportunity is huge, but there has to be an emotional component. So for me, at the beginning, I was handed this opportunity at the time where I had been praying for it. I had been praying for a way to make income from home, because I had 3 clinic locations as a holistic doctor, and working crazy hours and having mainly very, very, very sick patients. So working lots of hours away from home, away from my 2 small toddlers, and just found out I was pregnant with my 3rd baby. And that was just enough in the overwhelming department to make me want to put my head in the sand and hide from the world. So I was extremely overwhelmed. And when someone handed me this opportunity, it didn't overwhelm me more. It actually excited me. It made me think, this is what I've been praying for. if I say yes to this, and that's a process, you know, sometimes, but if you feel that instinct to say yes, lean into that and really feel where it's going to lead you as far as the decisions and the actions you take after that. So the emotional component is what motivates you to act. It's what motivates you to not give up. It's what motivates you to stay. And so really lean into that emotional component. And if anyone would like to share their why in the chat, we would love to hear it.
Yeah, no, I would definitely, I agree. I think people need to kind of share that. And it's, the sharing part is important. It's one thing for us to internalize why we're doing it, but for that built-in accountability, it's important that we kind of do share it with, you know, our business partners and significant others and friends, and quite frankly, incorporate that into your dialogue as you're reaching out to people and telling people why you're doing it. Because I think people will buy way more into your why you're doing something versus what you're doing. If that makes sense. Okay, let's transition into launching your business, Dana. Look, you know, if you're brand new on this Zoom, you just joined this. The mindset that you have to have is that, number one, this is a multi-million-dollar opportunity. You know, you have to think big around it. And then when it comes to quote unquote launching a business, it's about that action you take in the first 30, 60, 90 days, as we call that massive action you take, being as part of this equation there. But as you get into this, it's important to have the right intentions, you know, what you're looking to do and how you plan on doing it. It's important to have a game plan, which we'll talk about. It's important to create a specific goal. And one thing I want to say about goals is that, gosh, we could talk for an hour about goal setting, but as much as it is about a dollar amount, a volume amount, or a rank you want to achieve, what I found over the years is once you select that particular facet or that particular goal, it's just as, if not more important, to set those activity goals. Like, what are you going to do? What's your daily method of operation? And what are you going to do in that 1, 5, 10, whatever, how many hours, you know, per day, per week that you're doing? You know, what are you doing during that time? And then once you have that in place, you know, it is about taking that massive action. Dana, what else do you have to say about this in terms of launching your business?
I'm a big fan of starting the beginning of the month, knowing where you want to go at the end of the month. And then also tracking throughout the month. So if you're brand new, a really awesome first goal would be to get celebrated by OneTeamWorx by hitting that 1K BV mark. That would be the perfect brand new goal for a new person. And then the next celebration is 2,500 BV. And then the next one is 5K. And so recognize that these are the milestones that we celebrate as a team at the beginning of each month, whoever hit those milestones the month before. So just you can aim to be on the national leaderboard. We have, I think, 6 people on our team on the national leaderboard right now. You can aim to be at the 1K BV mark and really get, my 5-year-old escaped. I just saw him in his jammies running past my office window. So there's so many different things that you can do, but just recognize that it's all about the action steps, and it's about linking arms with your upline mentor, and it's about setting intentions and going into massive action, and the results happen through the action. And it's okay if you don't hit your goal. You have to aim. I think it's like, if you aim for the stars, you'll hit the moon. If you aim for the moon, you'll hit the stars. Either or, they both fit. You just want to aim high, because it's going to help you. Yeah, Declan's on the loose. It's going to help you get to where you want to go.
So in other words, aim for the eagle so you hit the pheasant,
yeah,
and don't eat crow. Is that what
yeah.
it's okay?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
I figured as much, although you were up in the stratosphere on that one analogy. So, okay. So yeah, you guys get this, right? It's all about launching the business. But here's the thing. Before you can really do it, there's a saying, your network equals your net worth. I can't tell you enough that, like, when it comes to your assets in network marketing, it's either the relationships that you have or the relationships you can develop based on the ones you have, or the relationships you can conjure up through reaching out to people and There's just so many ways to do it. We'll talk a little bit about that today. But what I want to say about your network is one needs to be organized in their prospecting efforts. To build an effective network marketing business, you need to be organized. So whether you have what we call a network notebook, or whether you use index cards, or whether you're digitally inclined to have a phone app to stay organized, one, I believe, needs to visualize. See, so what most people do in network marketing is they're just so busy already, and they just like, oh, who am I going to call? And they call their best and closest, people, and then they just like, okay, there's nobody else. Whereas there's never been a training that I've done in person where I've asked everybody to pick out their phone, and they open the phone, and I just pick somebody randomly and say, how many contacts in your phone? And they roll down to the bottom of their phone. They say, honestly, they say anywhere from 200 to 2,000. And then I asked them a very simple question. What percentage of those people have you spoken to about your product or your opportunity? It's always single digits. Like, I don't think I've ever had somebody say more than 10%. So I only say that because your goal is to reach for 100%. And it doesn't matter how you know them. It doesn't matter when the last time you spoke to them. If they know your name, if somebody would come up on the street and say, hey, do you know Dana? And they say yes, then that person should be on your list. And how you approach them, what you say, how you say it, that's a whole other conversation. But the key is, if you're going to really do a business like this and set goals on activity goals, and you're really going to have 5 conversations per day, it's pretty difficult to do that if you are not organized. Hope that makes sense, right? Let's talk about the game plan, Dana. So this is an acronym game, obviously, for which G stands for go public. A is asking qualifying questions. M is moving people through tools, and E is enrolling and ultimately follow up and enrolling people properly. Let's just kind of briefly touch base philosophically about this, because this is really the model of how to build a business or how to go through it each and every day. Dana, you want to start out with going public?
Yeah, I feel like people can't join you if they don't know what you're doing. If you guys were a part of last week's Blitz that we did on Thursday, comment in the chat. I think we're at 4. Comment 4 in the chat if you were a part of the Blitz. And tell me how you felt going public about the Blitz. Because going public is when you're taking ownership of your business, where you're taking pride in your business, where you're loud and proud to be a part of a company that's growing so quickly, that you're loud and proud to have a virtual income that can be life-changing, and there's so many people that need it right now. So when you go public, you're essentially telling people what you're doing. Just like if you were to start a brick and mortar business, you would launch your brick and mortar business with a launch party or a go public or a grand opening, something where you would tell everyone you just started this business. And so just because you don't have the massive overhead that's in a brick and mortar business, that I'm grateful that I don't have with network marketing, that I did have with my other 3 brick and mortar clinics. Just because you don't have that overhead doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate just exactly the same. Go public. The one thing that I found a lot of people at the beginning, maybe 2 or 3 weeks in, they're nervous. They're nervous to go public. They don't quite know how to. So we're going to give you some simple ways to do it. And if you do go public, that could be the 100% shift you'll have in your business to where you start seeing results.
No doubt about it. So yeah, going public, and again, as Dana mentioned, we'll share a couple thoughts around that. But the A in the game plan is asking qualifying questions. Why is that so important? It's important because this is a conversation business. It's a communication business. Let me put it this way. It's a people business, and the better communication skills you have, the more you are interested in other people's dynamics versus trying to be interesting and promoting yourself, your product, your opportunity, the better off you're going to be. And if you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, I got to dig that up, actually. I need to read it again myself. I've read it several times, but it's really the Bible of communication, and in essence, arguably the Bible of business. If you can become a good communicator, if you could become a really good active listener, you could do amazing things with this business model. But those questions, when you go out and start, and again, we'll address these in a little bit more detail, but the main point is you want to find out where people are. You kind of want to meet people where they're at. because if you don't ask questions, if you don't get them thinking about themselves, if you don't get them putting their phone down or just calling time out on everything else going on in the world, they're not really going to hear what you're saying. And so when you reach out to people and you genuinely inquire about how they're doing, get them talking about themselves, what happens? Naturally, people completely call time out. They're completely disarmed. And people love talking about themselves. And the more you do that, it sets you up to be able to speak to what you're doing and what you're looking for, but also find out where people's pain points are. It's interesting. My son just took a job. His internship for the summer got canceled, but he hustled up, found a job, going out and setting appointments, literally going door to door, setting appointments for solar sales, solar sales. And the last couple of days, he's come home. He's like, man, this is a grind. Like people are crazy. And I'm like, what do you mean? Not that I know, but I want to hear it from his perspective. And he's like literally going into developments and knocking on doors cold. And he's got his pitch, he's got his qualifying questions and whatnot. But he's like, Dad, people are really crazy right now. Like I walk up and, people are like sticking their head through the door like this, or I'll walk up and they'll hear rambunctious kids in the background, going crazy, or they'll come across a spouse or, saying something, or, or just people just aren't happy. And like last night he came in, he was like, yeah, I got the cops called on me because people are just like on edge. And so, but I told him, and he got it. I'm like, listen, just be friendly, be kind, go out there and just put a smile on your face and people will be receptive. We've got to be the light in the process. And I think he gets that. And it's just really fascinating. I think it's a great job for him to kind of go out and tackle on the front end, because he'll face a ton of rejection. And it's that rejection that builds that Teflon tortoise shell around you, if that makes sense. So anyhow, moving through the tools, Dana, what is the importance of tools and not making ourselves the issue?
We have the most incredible internet marketing system. Our system is amazing, and we get it for free with MDC. We have the pre-enrollment tour, video tour, where all we have to do is be a professional pointer. We just point them to the video tour, send your pre-enrollee link, and gamify it, and ask, basically challenge yourself to get 10 pre-enrollees a week. That would be a perfect way to launch your business. 40 pre-enrollees a month, maybe more. And then how many actually sign from there? The average, if you're talking and following up in their friends, the average could be anywhere from 40% to 50% that actually gets started. So it's just a good way of moving them through the tools, using the marketing tools that the company already gives us. We don't have to know everything. We just become a professional pointer, connect them with an upline mentor, and then that helps to make sure they get enrolled.
Yeah, I think it's a really strong point, Dana. I think, look, people are going to buy into the height of your enthusiasm way more than the depth of your knowledge. You do not need to be an expert in CBD. You do not need to be an expert or an experienced or a successful network marketer to do this business. Everybody starts somewhere, and it's really ground zero, honestly. And if you don't make yourself the issue and you go put people through the process, then people understand how you do this business. And you really, in essence, want people to visualize and experience how the business is done, where they don't have to be the expert, so they can see that, hey, I can do this too. And I think one of the keys when it comes to moving people through the tools is setting the right expectations. And as I always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. We'll talk in a moment about some of those words that work. But when it comes to the E in the game plan, this is the aspects of enrolling people, following up and enrolling them properly. Because in this business, it's not what works, it's what duplicates. And what we model is really the key. And one of the modeling, Dana, that we really focus on is what we call the power of 4. And this is just like, again, whether you're launching your business or you're in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or in some cases 5th month of building this business, the power of 4 is something you want to subscribe to from a modeling standpoint each and every month. Dana, you want to lay that out for everybody?
Yeah, the power of 4. Basically, if you come in and you want a goal, obviously you're going to be doing pre-enrollees and you're going to be in action. You're going to be talking to people in your list and you're going to be going public, right? So you're in the business, you're going public, you're deciding, there are a lot of people I can help. There's a lot of lives I can impact. This is how I'm going to do it. So the power of 4, when you come in, immediately have in your mind that you're going to enroll 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right. 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right. So when you do that, all of these good things happen from that. You'll get return on your investment. You'll get binary qualified after their reoccurring orders. You'll get a piece of the global bonus pool. And you could very possibly get on the national leaderboard. This is one of the most perfect ways to just launch your business in an effective way. And you could do the power of 4 every single month if you wanted to get that global bonus pool every month.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, look, just to be clear, if you want a permanent com in your check, if you're really thinking big enough and you want, you know, enough income to pay for that largest expense you have, which more likely than not is your rent or mortgage payment, you know, and taxes, then you should be enrolling 4 people every month, okay? Whether they be customers or affiliates, but think along that way, because at the end of the year, then you have 50 people enrolled. At the end of 2 years, you have, you know, 100 people enrolled. That's the way I think people should be thinking about it. And that's the first part of the modeling piece here, modeling what we want to duplicate. Let's talk a little bit about that, Dana. So look, I think we say this all the time. You guys saw this and we did it on our business overview. This is a really important component to get down when you're speaking to people about becoming an affiliate in the business, okay? There's really 3 options. People can enroll as a director, an executive, or with the value package. And we have people all over the Zoom who have probably enrolled at different levels. Most of you clearly enrolled at the executive rank or above. And the reason is you want to get the highest payout in the comp plan out of the gate, and you want to lock yourself in at that level. So you will come across people that will be kind of, as I call it, like they're dipping their toe in the water and they look at the director pack. I mean, here's the thing, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but like, you know, you kind of get what you put into life. And I am one to acknowledge and recognize that there are budgets out there and people are looking for, you know, looking for incomes and whatever. But, you know, it's important that if you're going to build a business that you put yourself in a position to win. And the best position to win is at the executive rank or higher, where you're going to get a 50% payout, 4 levels of the jump starts, and you're putting yourself in a position to have, you know, enough product to consume and get product stories. You're putting yourself in a position to have an incredible unboxing, you know, video, and you're putting yourself in a position to duplicate the concept, because no matter what you do, no matter how you come in, people that you're talking to, they're going to ask you more times than not. You guys probably have experience already. They're going to ask you, how did you enroll? So enroll in the way that you want to enroll others. I think that's the point I would make here. And Dana, the auto-ship piece is really important. Can you, you know, speak to it and how people do it, and just make sure everybody's clear, so if anybody hasn't done it, they can do it today?
Yeah, so this, friends don't let friends spend more than they need to, right? And so to qualify for, to qualify to be active as an affiliate within DC, and if you're director or executive, to make, you know, a really good piece of the comp plan and a good commission percentage, you need a 90 BV auto ship set up. So the cool thing about it is that this, not only is this your only overhead for your business, they're consumable products that you get to use for your family. So the other thing is they give you an auto ship loyalty reward. So that means every single month that you have your auto ship, you get into a percentage tier where you get money back towards free products, towards future products. So the first 3 months, it's 10% back. The next 3 months, it's 15% back, all the way up to 30% back after 13 months. So that means after 13 months, like say average, you're spending $100 a month on your auto ship, you'll get $30 back towards future products. That to me is mind blowing, on top of getting 25% off already. So huge. This is a huge value. So the auto ship is obviously every single affiliate that's working their business is going to want to have an auto ship. But the amazing thing is this allows you guys to build a true residual income where your preferred customers are also on auto ship, taking advantage of the loyalty rewards, where people that just fall madly in love with the products that aren't necessarily building a business fall madly in love with the rewards. And so you really want to think about building your organization brick by brick by brick, happy customer by happy customer by happy customer, all on auto ships. Like one auto ship is a brick, the other auto ship is a brick, and people are consuming the products, loving them, and they're getting the rewards back. So it's literally the best value. Imagine how happy you are when you spend money and you're getting a really good discount, and on top of it, getting a really incredible value, like 30% back in rewards.
I think that's some good points, Dana. And the other thing I'll just kind of add to it is, whether you're enrolled as a director or an executive, one needs 90 personal volume each and every month to maintain that payout. So the easiest way, obviously, to do it is with a 90-point auto ship. Just pick your couple favorite products. You can change it. You can change the date. You can change the date that it's processed. I see a lot of people actually starting just to put the director pack on auto ship because of the value. And if you begin with the end in mind, and think of it this way: number one, don't look at this as an expense. Look at it as an investment. But at the same time, I'm not your CPA. I don't work for the IRS. But you can, if done properly, you can expense this. This could be an expense to your business. And that's probably a whole other discussion about self-employment and the tax benefits that you can derive from this. But, when you get to the 12th month, if you look at a $199 director pack, you're getting $60 in free product back. So you can extrapolate that back. It's really, in essence, like $140. If you break that down, what is that? $35 a product? I mean, it's almost like a 60% discount. So it's a huge value. Okay. So don't look at it as an added expense. Look at it as an investment. I think that's the way to ultimately look at it. Now, we talked about this. You talked about this under the Power of Four, Dana. But the key when you're launching your business is to become binary qualified. And what that basically means, the binary portion of the compensation plan is the recurring revenue stream that's going to ultimately pay you your residual income in this business. Okay, the jumpstart bonuses are your weekly money. That's all derived from new customers and affiliates in their first orders in their first particular month. The binary portion is the residual aspect of it. And then, of course, the matching check portion comes as a function of being binary qualified. The only thing you need to know about this is look at it from the perspective of a 90-point triangle. If you're on a 90-point auto ship, then you're building two legs in this business. You're building a left leg and a right leg. And as long as you have 90 points of business on your left leg and 90 points in your business on your right leg, and you have 90 points personal, you're binary qualified. And so if you just take that little triangle concept and think of helping people duplicate that, you'll be really amazed at the leverage you get. And ultimately, as it builds, that's going to spell out your residual income aspect. So let's talk another piece, Dana, about this modeling, which is connect calls. And this is something that, whether it's called three-way calls, connect calls, there's two facets of this thing that I'd like you to address. The first one is the prospect. And to your point, we had a lot of people, plugging guests into the blitz that we had the other day. So talk to how you connect prospects to your up team. And then also the second part is when you have a new affiliate, the importance in how you connect affiliates to the team leaders as well.
Perfect. So connect calls are to me, this was the exact moment that I had a shift in my business. I was brand new in my business. I was in all action. I was 100% ignorance on fire. Didn't know what I was saying. Couldn't get people to really, I just couldn't figure out how to get people to order if I was talking to them alone. Does that make sense, guys? Have you ever felt that way, that you're just spinning your wheels and you're not quite sure if you're saying the right things and people aren't really giving you their credit cards or signing up? You're just sending a bunch of links. So I felt that way at the beginning. It's normal. It's totally normal. And as long as you're in action, you need to be patting yourself on the back and celebrating the action, because action ultimately leads to results. You just have to stay in long enough to learn the skill sets and have the mind shifts that I had, that all of us have ultimately. So for me, my biggest mind shift, the shift that I had when I recognized I was doing it wrong. And I had a little shift, and it helped me to work smarter, not harder. And it helped me to start getting results. And so that's the importance of showing up. It's the importance of showing up on training. It's the importance of being here with us in the trenches, in the action, to have those shifts. You won't have those shifts otherwise if you don't show up, right? And so for me, my biggest shift was when I recognized I don't have to do it on my own. I don't have to know everything. I don't have to be an expert. All I have to do is take this brand new prospect and connect them with my upline mentor, and a text message, in a 3-way messenger thread, in a connect call, or in a Zoom. I just have to edify this upline mentor and get them on the phone with this person, and literally just introduce them, put myself on mute, and let them do the rest. Connect them on a 3-way messenger thread. The fact of the matter is, you want to get help. And when you get help, it works. And when you let someone else be the expert, the natural human need for third-party validation is met. So as humans, when we go on Amazon and we're looking at something, do we not read a million reviews or testimonials about that product? We just do. At least women do. And so that's a third-party validation. Same thing with this business, or same thing with making a decision on trying the products. Third-party validation works. And it makes it easier on new affiliates to not have to know everything. Just point and connect them with your upline mentor.
So are you suggesting that men don't take the time to read reviews? Is that what you're saying?
Do you read reviews? I'm curious.
I mean, I do. I want to know what other people are thinking, for sure.
Okay. Then I guess men do too. I guess I was thinking of the female mama researcher that's naturally in women that love to shop on Amazon. I mean, I'm sure men do it too.
You don't have to dig a deeper hole. It's all good. It's okay. I understand. You're good. You're good. Okay, let's all us gentlemen on the call. There's not many of us, but we're gonna start reading more reviews, aren't we? So, okay, connect call. That was awesome, Dana. Thanks for sharing that. All right, let's talk a little bit about the system. I mean, we've already spoken about the system, but here's the thing. If you don't use the system, it's going to be difficult to duplicate. And what's really powerful about this particular online marketing system is that when you put people in the process and you do it consistently, it'll work in your favor. You know, the company, the autoresponders, the way the communication works, it's really amazing to see it. And some of you have seen that, some of you not so much, but you can only see it if you use it. And so the key when it comes to using this system is setting the right expectations with people. You know, it's super important to let people know that, hey, and again, I say this, and it may sound funny, but it's true. Like, I've had people call me and say, you know, oh, well, I've sent this link out to somebody and they didn't opt in. And then I might quickly say, well, what did you tell them about it? Well, I didn't say anything. I just sent a link, and they said, send me information. I sent them the link. You really have to help people and understand that, hey, listen, I'm going to send you a link to my marketing system. You're going to have to put your name and email in. I mean, I know it sounds like obvious, but honestly, to some people, it's not so obvious. If you have to tell them, hey, it's all safe, you know, nobody's going to be selling your name and information or whatever, but let people know once they opt in, they're going to come across a 4-step video tour. It may take a half an hour of your time, but there's 4 videos. One will talk about the company, one will talk about the products, one will talk about how people get compensated, and yet a 4th will talk about how people get started. You know, do me a favor, you know, if I send you this link, will you take the time to do it? I mean, you just really have to get like compliance on the front end if you want to increase the percentage of, you know, the percentage of success that you have with it. That makes sense. So, words to work, Dana. Let's talk a little bit about what people can say and how they say it to people.
Okay, so first of all, I stand corrected. The men on OneTeamWorx are researchers and they love reviews. So good, Daryl, Anthony, David. Okay, good. I love it. perfect. It's a human nature thing, right? And so words that work as far as things that you've said to people. I love saying the world's largest CBD company. I love saying I linked arms with the world's largest CBD company. This is, it's something that shows that what we're doing is big. It's something that shows that the company knows where they're going, right? When you're offering to lead someone up a mountain, they're not going to follow you unless they know that you know where you're going, right? And that you're confident in where you're going. So the numbers behind what My Daily Choice has done just in the last 3 or 4 years are exponential. And so it's pretty neat to be able to say this company's made their $300 million in the last 30 months. And we're only just getting warmed up. And so that's one of the most important things. And so what do you say, David, when you're talking to people?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, to become a really super good communicator with people, you have to meet people where they're at. So, in this business, you're either leading with the products or you're leading with the business. Most people, it's their natural tendency is just to lead with product. And I think that's because their confidence level isn't about to lead with the business. Maybe they think, I don't know enough about network marketing. I'm not earning enough money. How could I possibly reach out to them about a business? I'm here to tell you that doesn't matter. Okay. I personally love leading with the business model because, well, quite candidly, my confidence is there. I've been living, breathing, eating, sleeping, network marketing for 27 years. I know the power of it. I know if you find the right people, you can help liberate people more than any other business model out there. And I also know that if somebody says no to my business opportunity, it's very easy to transition to, well, that's okay. Would you try my product? Whereas if you're leading exclusively with the product, if somebody says no, it's pretty darn hard to say, okay, would you be interested in the business? If that makes sense, right? But I like what you say, Dana. I think, look, as much as I had this conversation with a woman last night, who's a prospect, and she jumped on our business overviews, and she's an experienced networker, and she had the very obvious question is like, well, do you just lead with CBD? Is it just like in that box? I says, no, it just happens to be, one of the fastest growing trends in wellness. But I honestly, as much as we make CBD the issue, I think if you begin with the end in mind with this opportunity, it's about a distribution opportunity. Just how it happens that CBD is the cornerstone of our product offering, and it has, very fast. So I just look, I mean, whether I'm leading with, and there are times I lead with the product, or whether I'm leading with the business, I just want to qualify people for where they're at and where they would be interested or not. And I just do so with just conviction, looking them in the eye, and or just smiling if I'm talking to them on the phone, and letting them know this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm looking for. Sounds like this may be of value to you. If not, I know people who this would be of value to. So maybe it's a who do you know? So if you want to document, if you're brand new, you have not go to the OneTeamWorx Facebook page, click the announcement tab, and there's a words that work document in there. Okay. Open that up, print it out, take it all in today. There are some great scripted approaches that you can see in there. And although there's not one perfect script for everybody, you're going to get words that work, and it will feel good for you as you're going out there and kind of, promoting the business. But the key, no matter what you say, and of course how you say it, is getting that compliance up front and center. And I think this is the most powerful question. If you get really good at it and you ask it 5-10 times a day, you're going to have much more success in the business, which is very simple. If I will you. If I send you a link to my website showcasing my products, will you take the time to peruse through them and let me know who that may have an interest? If I send you a link to my marketing system, will you opt in and take the time to watch the videos and see if this opportunity gets you excited? If I send you this, you get what I'm saying? Like, if I will you, get compliance up front, because it's going to put you in a better position to follow up with people, because we all know that if you don't do that, following up with somebody after you think you've qualified them and they haven't done anything is a very difficult, thing to do. So, oh, look at this. Look at this slide, Dana. This is awesome. So let's talk about going public on social media. Nice kitchen, man. Look at that. Look at that like splash you got going on there. Stainless steel. Man, you got some little granite there. You got a pretty nice crib there. You can use a little painting on the wall. You can use a little like artwork on this wall, I'm sensing. But one of the great things about unboxing, that's why we really focus on the executive or value packs above, is it's a powerful way to go public on social media. Let's talk about a couple of the ways we do it. Maybe you could start with the unboxing.
The artwork was done in markers, and that's on the dining room wall by my 5-year-old. So there's Picasso designed the artwork on my dining room wall. So going public, so I can tell you, we have the opportunity every month to do an unboxing with our auto ship, right? So I got my auto ship and I did an unboxing this week leading up into the Blitz. And all I did was just a quick video using Instagram stories that you can transfer over to Facebook. And I just explained a little bit about each product. More people, you know, the neatest, is that a word? Neatest. The best thing was that most people were interested in the CBD melatonin. Sleep, I think, is a big issue for a lot of people. And so when I talked about the CBD melatonin, they were more interested in that product, just at least that and the face masks. The face masks are pretty incredible. We can go public with the face masks. We can think of a lot of really good, unique ways, but I can tell you I've used them the last couple nights and my skin feels fabulous. It feels amazing. Like people are going to get really good results on those. And so go public. If you're brand new, go public. Go do an unboxing video, do a Facebook Live. Facebook algorithm really shows Facebook Lives to more people. And just explain why you love the products. You don't have to be a product expert, and say that at the beginning. I'm not an expert, but this is why I'm excited about this product. It promotes better sleep. You know, I feel like I really could use some really good sleep. So just keep it simple, keep it surface, but just go public and tell people what you're doing.
Absolutely. How about a static post? Talk about, you've seen a lot of this go down.
Yes, I have. The neat thing is I would actually challenge anyone that has not done this post to do it today. Do it right now. A color block background on your Facebook, the algorithm favors color block backgrounds, and just a simple question asking for engagement with a couple of emojis pointing downward, encouraging them to comment. I'm curious, who of my Facebook friends has used CBD? And what was your experience? Point downward. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, something super simple that asks for engagement, but I have seen these posts blow up. And the neat thing is what it does is it tells you who of your network is a CBD lover, right? And a lot of people will comment and say, I tried CBD, it didn't work for me. It's because they tried really bad CBD. And maybe they would love to try a CBD. They would actually see what all the excitement is about, right? Because I tried a lot of bad CBD before. And the moment I tried our My Daily Choice 1500 milligram, I was in Vegas. I put a dropper full in my mouth, and within 3 minutes, my whole body calmed and I felt all the tension released out of my body. And I said, oh my goodness, that's what real CBD feels like. And so a lot of people would love to have those results, and they would love our 60-day money back guarantee. So this is just a way for you to find people to start conversations with.
Yes. All right, let me transition to onboarding new affiliates. This is a really important piece, guys. So just, I think most of you are aware of this, but if you're brand new, there's magic in this, okay? People want to feel included. People want to be supported. And so when you're going out and enrolling new affiliates, it's real important that you onboard people properly, because we only do, this is what we do. This is the phase we go through in building a business like this. A, we get people in. B, we get people started right. And C, we move them along. And this is going to play a real critical part in parts B and C. So when you enroll a new affiliate, you want to make them aware that there's a supporting platform, OneTeamWorx Facebook group, and you want to invite them. invite them to the group. So let them know that you're going to invite them. Let them know that they're going to be alerted on their Facebook to go to it, to accept the invite. I mean, I know this is rudimentary to some, but lots of people are new to this concept of building on social media. And when they accept the invitation, download their profile page or a picture they would love, and welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Do a welcome post. Tag myself. Tag Dana. Tag everybody that you're personally working with, and let them feel included. That's a really powerful piece of this. And once you do that, then tag that newly added affiliate in the announcement section. They don't have to wait for the Saturday training we do each and every week. There's a recorded one in there, and then tag them to the words that work or whatever document that you feel will make them feel good. You can also add them to the CBD Lounge, which is coming together real nicely. There's lots of people in there, lots of great testimonies, and I sense that that's going to become a really powerful tool for us. We've just been building the baseline for it, and I think it's going to become a very powerful tool. And then you want to make people aware. You can't get lit up if you're not plugged in. So if you didn't receive a text alerting you to this training this morning from the OneTeamWorx texting group, do that now. Like, all you got to do is pull out your phone and text all one word, OneTeamWorx with an X on the end, to 46786. We won't blow your phone up, but we're going to make you aware of all the trainings that we do, all the things that are really pertinent for you advancing yourself, moving people along, so on and so forth. So do that. You're in the OneTeamWorx Facebook group. If you have not seen the OneTeamWorx YouTube channel, Dana has done an extraordinary job. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I believe she uploaded a bunch of different trainings. Go there and subscribe to it. It's a really great resource that you can kind of capitalize on. So what's our next pending event? Well, we got a couple pending events upcoming this week, but I want you to write June 20th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever it is for you. I want you to write this down. And if you haven't registered for this, go to mdcvirtualevent.com and register for this event. Because here's going to be an opportunity, especially if you're new to the business, to meet the owners of the company. They do a business overview on the front end of these virtual events, which is really powerful. So you really want to look at this event, no matter where you are in the scale of your business, as an opportunity to invite 5, 10, 15, 20 guests to hear this upfront presentation. But they also tend to launch new products at these events, have other testimonials, a little bit of training, and so on and so forth. But this is our next big, quote unquote, virtual event that we're going to have to offer. Also coming up, this is exciting, guys. This is good stuff. Listen, we bring the fire, we bring the value to this team. This is something we're really proud of. This Monday's Mastermind event will feature Rob Sperry. Rob Sperry is a very experienced network marketer. He has been focusing on generic training in the areas of personal development, mindset, social media. Dana and I both have a good relationship with him, but Dana's going to reach out to him here over the weekend and confirm with him some great topics. But I think we're going to focus on how to build your business through social media. He's pretty darn good at that, and I'm sure he'll bring some other good stuff. He's a best-selling author, but that's Monday night's Mastermind. You are not going to want to miss that. And check this out. If that's not enough, on Tuesday, Jenna is going to be interviewing Ray Higdon on her weekly Tuesday thing. So, last week was Eric Worre. The week before that, who was the week before that, Dana? It was
Todd.
Todd. Oh, Todd. I forget that. Todd. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I got to tell you, I said this to Dana earlier this week. I was like, I got to be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of probably good leaders in network marketing, but you know what? We don't make ourselves the issue. You may see us a lot on the trainings, and we're kind of leading the way, and on a couple things. But we're bringing objective, experienced, outside successful people to come and help you as well. So we don't want you to get totally bogged down in education mode. The key here is taking something we said today, take something you hear from Rob on Monday. Maybe you take a little segment of something you heard from Todd or Eric or Ray on Tuesday, and then applying it, okay? That's the only way you move forward from a personal development standpoint. It's not just, being inspired by something, but taking that inspiration, that knowledge, and then applying it to your particular business. Okay. That's really important. So Dana, let's kind of put a lid on this thing. We've been at it for almost 60 minutes now. What is this week's weekend? It's not this week's, this weekend's call to action.
Woohoo! Okay, guys, please put in the chat what your favorite aha moment was during this training today. Put it in the chat for all of us, because we're wrapping this up and we want to learn from what stuck with you might not have stuck with someone else. But put your favorite moment in the chat. And our call to action is for you guys to go public on social media. We had this blitz. Anyone that was invited on the blitz, connect them with your upline. Go out and have 10 conversations. If you are still active on the weekend, it makes the rest of the week better. It's better to not start and stop and start and stop and foot on the gas, foot off the gas, all of that. So just keep going through the weekend, do some social media, public, things like that take not that long. If you do a video on your stories on social media, you can have conversations with people, here and there all weekend long, just from that one video you did. So definitely do that. 10 conversations. That's our call to action for you guys. Our challenge for you would be 10 conversations this weekend. They don't have to be long. Just touch, connect, and reach out to people. Look for opportunities. Just have your eyes wide open for opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's a good point, Dana. And I think, it's interesting. I mean, it's one thing over the last 4 months. I mean, every day is a Saturday, it seems. I don't know what it is. Or every day is a Tuesday. It doesn't really matter. It's just all kind of rung together. But historically, people are more available on weekends than they are during the weekday. And historically, the mindset, at least for the employee mindset, is, there's this thing called hump day and TGIF, because they long for the weekends. Well, so do we, but there's a better opportunity. So don't get caught in that trap as an entrepreneur that one doesn't work on the weekends, only work during the week. To Dana's point, it doesn't have to be long. You're going to be coming across people on a regular basis, but you have the opportunity to really reach out to people because people are really captive. It's really captive. So this is good stuff. What else, Dana? What else you got?
Sorry, I was just responding to Anthony on the chat about Declan and his bike outside. We want you guys to think bigger. We want you to think bigger. The funny thing and the neat thing that I love about coaching and mentoring is when someone has a goal that's too small. And that's okay, because we want to be we do that as humans. We give ourselves smaller goals. I find myself doing it. But with this opportunity, you can go further than you've ever gone in network marketing before. And we want you guys to recognize that sticking with it, using the system, and sticking with us, because we're going to lead you to where you want to go with your goals. So we want you to think bigger.
There you go. Right on. All right. Well, I think we've extended ourselves here. Everybody excited about this weekend? Everybody doing something for yourself? Listen, it's all about a business, man. You gotta love yourself first and foremost. Go out and do something for yourself. Take that walk. Go down to that local restaurateur or that local business. Buy something from them. I mean, do something. We got to do our part, our individual part, to empower people. And let's just be the light. There's so much darkness in this world right now. It's just kind of crazy. But here's the thing. People will be attracted to opportunities, one thing. They'll be attracted to your product, it's another thing. But I really urge you to utilize the bright light that we have as a team and where we're going, because you'll be surprised over time. People want to be involved. They want to feel included. They're looking for somebody to lead the way through brightness. And we're going to do our best to do that, because you know what? Life is good. Life is good. So, I know there's a lot of challenges people have. People are stressed out. There's dynamics. There's 42 million people in unemployment line. There's, people who have been furloughed and don't know if their business is going back, and people have sick relatives and credit card. I get all the negative, but let's just be really positive. We can do this. You can do this. It's just a function of, working as a team to do it. You're not alone. We're here to help you, and we're really excited about that. So anyhow, that's all I got to say today. I'm looking forward to this weekend myself, reaching out to some people, maybe going for a swim a little bit later, and having a good time. So I hope you guys do the same.
Bye, everyone. We love you so much. Please unmute yourselves. We want to hear
Bye-bye.
your voices.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for everything. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
David,
Everyone,
thank you.
congratulations and
So
thank
much.
you.
Love you guys.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
Hello, Dina.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.